In a time when Ghana's cocoa sector, once the pride and symbol of economic strength, has been battered by years of mismanagement and steep decline, the government has finally decided that enough is enough. A powerful signal was sent to the entire nation and the international cocoa market when Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson, the country's newly appointed Minister for Finance, announced an ambitious and bold move to reclaim Ghana's legacy as one of the world's top cocoa producers. Before we dive deeper into today's update, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is key to helping us grow and reach more viewers like you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on exciting updates. At the Ministry of Finance, where the newly reconstituted Board of Directors for the Ghana Cocoa Board, COCOBOD, was officially inaugurated, Dr. Forson didn't just outline a vision. He declared a mission of revival. It was no coincidence that this announcement came during the swearing-in ceremony of a formidable 11-member board tasked with nothing less than reversing the dramatic collapse of Ghana's cocoa output. From a peak of 1 million metric tons just a few years ago, Ghana's cocoa production has plunged to a worrying 500,000 metric tons. That staggering 50% drop has sent ripples through the economy, devastating the livelihoods of thousands of cocoa farmers and denting Ghana's image in the global commodity market. For a country that once prided itself on being the gold standard for cocoa cultivation, this fall from grace was not just disappointing, it was alarming. But as Dr. Forson addressed the gathering, flanked by fellow board members, including the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Agyama, and other key personalities such as Randy Abbey, Alhaji Alhassan Gansa, John Dumelo, and Nana Charles Owusu, there was a distinct air of urgency and purpose. Ghana was no longer in the mood for half measures. The finance minister revealed that the government, in collaboration with COBOD, would soon begin the acquisition of 200,000 hectares of land across the country solely for cocoa plantation development. Not 5,000, not 20,000, but a massive 200,000 hectares, a bold statement that Ghana was getting serious about restoring its cocoa sector to its former glory. This initiative will not be business as usual. It aims to establish large-scale cocoa plantations operated alongside the traditional smallholder farming model. In essence, the government wants to create a hybrid cocoa economy, one that retains the grassroots participation of individual farmers while leveraging the efficiency and output scale of modern, professionally managed plantations. The goal is as clear as it is ambitious: bring cocoa production back to the million-ton mark, not in a distant future, but as part of a pressing national turnaround plan. Dr. Forson didn't shy away from pointing fingers either. He was candid in his assessment of COCOBOD's recent performance, stating plainly that mismanagement had wreaked havoc on both production and the financial health of the institution. Once considered a shining pillar of Ghana's agricultural strength, COCOBOD has, over the years, been plagued with operational inefficiencies, poor planning, and scandals that eroded trust. Dr. Forson described cocoa as the jewel of the economy and firmly declared that its decline could no longer be tolerated. The revival of cocoa, he emphasized, must begin immediately, and this board would be the driving force behind that change. It wasn't just a moment of criticism, it was also a moment of hope. For the first time in years, a finance minister is now officially a part of COCOBOD's governance, following a new legal mandate that ensures both the finance minister and the governor of the Bank of Ghana have seats on the board. This move alone signifies a deeper level of oversight and commitment from the highest levels of government. It sends a clear message. Cocoa is not just an agricultural product. It is a national economic pillar, and it deserves strategic leadership. As Dr. Samuel Ofosu Ampofo, the newly appointed board chairman, took the stage, he echoed the same sentiment. With a confident but humble tone, he thanked the president for the trust placed in the board and emphasized the gravity of the task ahead. He spoke of a three-pronged vision: to reset, retool, and reimagine COCOBOD, not just as a functioning entity, but as a model institution, a place where professionalism meets passion, where accountability meets ambition, and where the nation's past glories serve as fuel for a brighter future. He didn't just offer promises, he laid down a challenge to his fellow board members and to the nation. If we're going to save cocoa, we must lead by example. He even called on politicians to engage in farming themselves, not as a photo opportunity, but as a symbol to inspire the youth. In attendance was Energy Minister John Jinapur, who also serves as the alternate minister for finance. His words were sobering. He reminded everyone of the once proud image of COCOBOD and lamented its current state. He spoke of how production has halved, how institutional confidence has eroded, and how farmers have suffered the brunt of policy inertia. But even in his criticism, he saw a glimmer of hope. He expressed confidence in the newly inaugurated board, calling them men and women of expertise and integrity, leaders capable of turning this ship around. One of the most striking issues raised during the ceremony was the problem of diseased cocoa farms, particularly in the western region. These farms, many of which have been ravaged by the deadly cocoa swollen shoot virus disease, have seen drastic reductions in productivity. In some communities, the disease has decimated entire farm holdings, leaving families without income and communities without hope. Dr. Forson acknowledged this painful reality and pledged swift action. He promised that COCOBOD, under the support of the finance ministry, would prioritize the rehabilitation and replanting of these affected farms. It won't be an easy task, but it's a necessary one. There's a real sense that Ghana is standing at a crossroads. The global demand for cocoa is not slowing down. With chocolate manufacturers around the world increasingly worried about long-term supply, Ghana has a chance not just to recover, but to lead. But that opportunity won't come knocking forever. It must be seized now, through strategic investments, through better governance, and most importantly, through trust building with the farmers who have kept the industry alive through the hardest of times. For those who've been watching Ghana's agricultural sector closely, this feels like a pivotal moment, a moment when speeches must translate into policies, when intentions must turn into actions, when boards must deliver results, not just roadmaps. The finance minister has laid out a vision, but it will be the implementation that tells the real story. Will the 200,000 hectares of land truly be acquired? Will the plantation farms be set up and run efficiently? Will the smallholder farmers be empowered or sidelined? These are the questions that will define the next chapter in Ghana's cocoa journey. But for now, there is renewed energy, a sense of momentum, the kind of determination that comes not just from duty, but from a deep love for country and for the land that has for centuries produced the beans that sweeten the world's tables. Cocoa is more than a crop in Ghana. It is culture, it is identity, it is legacy. And with the right leadership, it could once again be the heartbeat of a thriving economy. So as the new COCOBOD board settles into office, all eyes are on them. Farmers are watching. International buyers are watching. Ghanaians, both young and old, are watching. There is pressure, yes, but there is also hope. A hope that Ghana, with all its richness in soil, talent, and resilience, will rise once again to claim its rightful place among the giants of cocoa production. And as the government moves ahead with one of the most ambitious land acquisition plans in agricultural history, there's only one message ringing loud and clear. Ghana is not done. Ghana is just getting started.
If today is your first time watching this channel or you are returning to this channel for the exciting content, please subscribe to the channel for more educative and developmental projects across Ghana and Africa as a whole. Do you want to know about the state of a project in Africa? Then make sure to like and comment the name of the project you would like us to talk about and its current state.